I'm out walking my dog. It's a really beautiful morning. There's a lot of sun. I couldn't see it before, I was in the shadow, but now I'm in the sun. And I didn't walk him on Saturday or yesterday, so I have all 3 walks today, which is fine, I guess. I could have played my mommy card and just forced them to walk the dog for me because I was doing so many other things, but it's okay. We're in this together, right? But I woke up with a massive headache this morning and my entire body is just so sore from the ordeal during the weekend. Both working on the tires with my dad and the trampoline with my children. And I was not fine yesterday. I was in too deep. I was too sore from and worn out, I guess, from the work with my dad on Saturday. And the trampoline was just way more work than anticipated. And the instructions were just not as clear and good as they were supposed to be. So I went through the footage from yesterday, and I checked the instructions thoroughly many times, and even though I did that, even so, I put the feet on wrong, which meant that they were like turning inwards a little bit, and so the trampoline was like curling up. It went all crooked, and it was, some of the feet were not even on the ground, and that was so hard to fix. And I was so, I don't even know, I kind of had a mental breakdown because I couldn't handle it. It was too much. So we did one of them because I was more or less I was leaning on the trampoline. So the neighbor behind the hedges, he was like, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, "Please, yes." And he came over and he was looking at the trampoline and he was like, "I've never seen anything like it." And I'm like, "Neither have I." Oh, we have a coat brown now. I got that sorted. And but he helped me make it flat again, the trampoline. And then, I knew that I had to do something about the feet because they kept coming off. Like, the feet are made up of 3 parts, 2 vertical parts, and then the bottom part, and the bottom part kept coming off. And because I couldn't screw them on because the holes didn't match, so I knew something was wrong. And also the trampoline was curling up, right? So, but I couldn't handle it. It was just too much. So we left the trampoline and it was okay. And so they went and jumped on it. And then Emmeline hit the net and it curled back up. And at the same time, my neighbor Thomas had borrowed my freezer during the weekend. So he texted me and said, "Can I come and pick that up?" And as he was coming over, the trampoline curled up, and so he was there. And he was such a big help. So he just helped me take all the vertical parts of the feet off. There were like 12 of those, and spin them around. And then we could put the feet on, the horizontal part on, with screws this time. And then we were actually able to flatten the trampoline again and have it look normal. And also we could kind of pull the feet out a little bit from under the trampoline. Before they kind of went under, but now we were able to kind of pull them out. So I think I think we did it. But I was so stressed out about it, and it was just too much. I did have a break in the meantime though, and I did sit in the tub for a while, and I did sit there and I actually fell asleep because I was just mentally, I couldn't handle it. It was just too much. And so yeah, and that also meant that I didn't do good yesterday. It was too much yesterday, and I guess maybe that's why I have a huge headache today, because I had a lot of chocolate, which I think is a bad idea. So now I'm just walking the dog, and I have a package that I need to go and pick up. So I just decided to just walk down there and walk the dog at the same time. So I needed to wait until I couldn't leave too early. I couldn't leave too early because I needed the store to open first. We don't have post offices around here, so we all the stores, a lot of the stores have small post office units in the store, and then so you just go there and pick up your package. I just love the town that I live in. We have all these walkways everywhere, and the entire town is connected with these walkways. And I don't know if this was a road once upon a time. I don't think so. But I have to go all the way down there and way up there behind. It's not that far, really. But it's so safe to walk around here, because the only thing that bikes will ride here, and people do ride their bikes in my town as well. So it's very safe, and I'm never concerned sending my children anywhere, because there are just bike paths and walkways everywhere, so I'm never concerned. So I have learned that the muscle that bothers me is my psoas muscle, and it's absolutely fine to walk, so that's good. There's so many other things that I can't do, but I can walk, so that's nice. There's a light post, so we need to know what a dog needs to do when there's a light post. First you sniff, and then you pee, and then we can walk. So it's a lot of walking and standing and walking and standing and walking and standing. But I have taught him now that at some point we need to speed up. We need to exercise as well, right? So my left elbow is hurting again. It did go away. So I'm kind of thinking it's just because that I was pulling so hard on the springs yesterday, trying to put that stupid trampoline together. There's a truck coming now. So I'm just kind of hoping that it's just gonna go away on its own. But also my right elbow is hurting a lot. But that was because I slammed it so hard into the sink. I do have a bruise, a tiny one, that I started crying. That was it. I never really cry, but that made me cry. So I have 2 sore elbows now. And the only place to put your dog is right next to the rat trap, which does not make sense to me. So I make sure that I tighten his leash like a lot. I got my package, and my dog is alive, and he's doing so great. He's not the barking kind of type when he's sitting in his leash, so that's nice. So that means you can actually bring him to places like this. So now we just have to go home. The same way that we came, so I don't think Viggo is too pleased with that. I think he wants to walk somewhere else. but well, that's the deal right now. And also, not a fun fact, but a more tragic fact. My old dog, he survived, but he actually hatched. So I had a neighbor who worked in. He was an exterminator, and it was wintertime, and it's just always dark in the wintertime. And so he had come home and opened his truck, and a bin had fallen out. And he put it back in, and the next morning when he left, it was still dark. And so he didn't actually see that it had knocked over some. And so I was outside with my dog, and I was talking to another neighbor, and I was wondering why my dog was so curious of something, that he was kind of licking the road, and I thought it was kind of weird. And at some point I finally went out over there and I checked it out, and I'm like, why are these grain blue? I think they were blue. So they looked like regular grain, but they were blue. And it was weird to me. And so first I was like, that's weird. And then it kind of dawned on me, and then I Googled, and I realized it was. And so I called the vet, and they were like, get over here immediately. And so we went, and they gave him an antidote, and he was puking. He did not like that. And I got a bill. So when I came back home, I contacted my neighbor, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, but they were listening on the street, and I had to bring my dog to the vet, and they absolutely took care of that. There was no issue, but that was not a fun experience. So I'm always very much aware of what he is sniffing at, or licking, or eating, because I don't want to lose my dog. I just love my small town. I just met another dog walker, and while the dogs are smelling each other, we just stop and chat, and it's nice. And then you say, have a nice day, and then you move on. So yeah, I really like that. I actually did live in a big city once. I lived in Prague in Czech Republic, and I liked it back then, but I am absolutely a small town girl. No doubt about that. I don't like things being busy, and I don't like cars, and I don't like traffic. And yeah, I'm absolutely a small town girl. And being in a small town also means that we don't have takeaways and stuff like that, which I think is good for me, because that would ruin me. I would do takeout all the time, and also I would probably gain quite a lot of weight then. We do have a pizzeria, but we don't eat pizza that often. But what I went to get was a birthday present for Emma Oline that I had ordered online, and her birthday is coming up. It's May the 2nd, and I don't know what to give her. It's so difficult. She doesn't really know what she wants. So I only have 3 gifts so far, so I could really use suggestions if you have any, because I don't know what to get her. And I'm almost back home now, and as soon as I get home, I have to go grocery shopping, because I just didn't have time. We were not home Saturday, and yesterday I was just, as I said, can I have a mental meltdown, and had to just check out. I controlled it. I didn't get angry at anybody or anything. I checked out. So our fridge is kind of empty, and I don't have what I need for my breakfast. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do when I get back home. That's get in my car and go grocery shopping and then have breakfast. He does not like to come in. I always have to drag him in. Oh, maybe you're ready today. Good job. She wasn't in her nest, so I just checked, and now there are 4 eggs. I don't actually know why I whispered, because I don't think that you need to be quiet around eggs. I don't know. It's probably like with a sleeping baby. You look and you're really quiet. But there are 4 eggs now. And I just came home. I just parked and then from grocery shopping. And then I realized that I had that flat tire. And so I called my mechanic. And I was like, Jesper, I have a flat tire. And he was like, do you? Really? You do you? Because I've had that so many times. But he's just so great. It's rather cheap, and they're so fast, and I cut the line every time. Not this time, because I do have tires on now, but usually I just cut the line. So they're just so great. But now I will absolutely sign off and go in and get some breakfast. So see you later.